Good afternoon. Welcome to the Advancement Center. Welcome to the world of magic and miracles. And welcome to a brand new day for you, for all of us. It's a brand new, beautiful day. My invitation today for today's broadcast, I had fun when that happened. I never feel like I'm doing it. It just kind of happens. And it was something that just popped in, came to me, because I was reminded of how many times and how widespread it can be that people feel like they're not loved, not looked after, and sometimes are all ready to check out. So I just got a very big signal yesterday, that big reminder to all of us, to all of you, that even if sometimes it doesn't feel that way, don't let the doubt come in. It doesn't belong there. Just connect with you, and with a larger you. That's the real you, that supports you always. And there's so many more that are always here supporting us all. And it's so fun. It's so exhilarating when you get little reminders. And I love how the little birds are appearing right now. They're liking this message too. That's the really interesting thing. It's always been interesting to me with the birds and the animals that live out in the wild. They don't think, but there's no consideration that they're not looked after. They're just looked after. They have food, they have water. And a long time ago, I remember thinking, wow, wouldn't that be great if I could live that way? Well, I'm living that way more now than I ever have before. And what a wondrous feeling it is. It brings great peace. And from that place of peace, even when things go a little haywire, get disturbed, I notice the swings of it all are much smaller, and it's much easier to come back into a place of peace if I've let myself be disturbed by something or other. So this has been an amazing, amazing life. It is an amazing life. It will be a more amazing life every moment. I'm always excited about the future. It's so fun when you see it, when you get out of nowhere, you see something, you see it, either an image, or you may feel it, or you may even hear something. You may even hear music. And you know it's coming. But then there is no coming. There is no future. Everything is right now. It's really amazing, isn't it? That's a mind blower. But that's okay, because yeah, it's a tool. Our brain, is a tool. It's so not who we are. And that's what gets in the way. Therefore, this reminder again today of the fact that you're loved and always looked after. Because the only thing that tells you you're not is your brain. When you're connected way beyond, you feel it. It's not even a thought. And it's just a settling. It's a harmony. It's like you are coming into harmony with your being. And the more of us that do this, the more of us that live this, the more we affect everyone around us and the planet and beyond. And one of the things I have to say I love about my new my new job at this hopefully 5-star hotel here in Montecito on the beach is I get to interact daily with different people, total strangers. It could just be for a moment. It could be for a 10-minute ride in a car if I'm driving them into town. And it's so each moment, each transaction, each interaction, there's that spirit, the spirit that comes out, that gets shared, that gets the excitement comes in, the enthusiasm comes in. I feel it. It's not a thought process. It's not in my brain. It's just automatic. And it's almost like I hear things come out of my own mouth and go, wow, that was cool. And then I'll have people thanking me at the end of, as I drop them off, or, thank you for making my day, or I get that a lot. And there's nothing happening. There's nothing I'm doing besides being myself and following my spirit and being in my own music. So interesting. Sometimes I'll get in the house car for the hotel and there'll be a radio station on. And it's so interesting. Sometimes it just gets in the way. I don't want sound because I have my own frequency. And wow, that's interesting. I'm being shown right now that the car is filled with that frequency. Actually, it's surrounded, filled and beyond. And everyone that gets into the car with me has an opportunity to feel that. And it's always expressed. So there you have it. It doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing. If you put a name on anything, every moment, all of us are just, when we're following our spirit, when we're connected to ourself, when we see the brain for what it is, don't take it seriously. It just happens. Everything I said earlier, it just happens. There's really nothing to do. But we seem to need reminders. We seem to need these reminders. That's why this amazing experience of the three of us, Barbara and David and myself, having this incredible opportunity to be in front of this computer, in front of this camera, and to visit with you each week, because we're all living this experience, and it grows every moment. It's growing every day. It's growing. We see it in each other. It's easier to see it in someone else than in yourself. And that's why also the feedback that we receive from you as you're watching is so delightful for all of us, because we very often have absolutely no idea what's happening in the course of these broadcasts, besides being connected with ourselves, connecting with you, enjoying every moment. And that's all there is. And all of us, all of you, do this in your own way. But the Advancement Center is a very special creation to support you and to support the planet and beyond. And that's why your support is always felt and appreciated, because it's an ongoing flow. It's this flow, and it's when the flow is bigger in your life, however that may be, life just has a way of getting a bit more exciting, because it allows more movement for you. it allows more freedom in your movement. And again, it doesn't matter. Yeah, there's no specifics to this. It's just I'm experiencing it. I'm loving it. I know there's so much more, and I'm just seeing a huge waterfall right now. That invigoration you feel when you're standing there and the mist is everywhere and there's this rush of water and you can hear it. There's, speaking of music, oh my goodness. And it's exciting. It's like that. It's like the bigger the flow gets, you can't help but be excited. You can't help but be excited for the next moment and the next moment and the next. And that's life. That's what this life is all about. And I'm feeling it right now. And it can be quite a high. It can be quite, yeah. And you can take it and you can play with it. Like right now, I'm even experiencing, I'm seeing a being spinning and spinning and ecstatically dancing. So it's all here. It's all available. And that's how easy it is. That's how easy it is. And again, I feel this amazing, it's like a huge whirlpool of sparkles. It's extending out as far as I can imagine at the moment. And it's doing this action. It's doing this action. It's spinning, but it's spinning in this beautiful harmony. It's oh, how can I describe it? Maybe I don't need to. These are just some of the things that you can experience. So anytime you forget, you get caught up in something small or something very close, and your world gets small for a second, step back into that beautiful spinning sparkles. Look from afar, see your current experience from very far away, and everything will change. And as always, I'm speaking to this one, myself here sitting in this chair right now, as I say this, as I say we all appreciate having friendly reminders now and then of things that we already know. It's nothing new. It's just someone saying, hey. That's actually what the birds do for me. When the birds make themselves known, when they start singing or speaking, when I show up somewhere, they bring me right there. They take me away from any small, petty place I'm in, and they remind me where I truly live. So does the wind in the trees. That's why going to the mountain, oh my goodness, so going to the mountain where there's a wind, doesn't have to be a super strong wind. It could be, I just remember gentle winds. You can hear the music the wind makes in the trees. That's another thing that brings me right back out to what's real. For me, it's instantaneous. Walking by the ocean, the glory of nature all around us. And even if you're not in it, even if you're in the middle of a bustling, crazy city, you can go right there. It only takes a fraction of a second, and you can take yourself to any of these places. I have some favorite places here on the planet, and I can just be there in a second. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just reminding you all have access to everything all the time. I don't know if you could hear that. A red-tailed hawk just spoke. So again, on this absolutely beautiful day, in this beautiful life, may you all always know, don't forget, you always have access to your world, to your spirit. It's bigger than anything we can imagine with our brain. And it's right there. Thank you once again for joining me here on this day. And all of us here at the Advancement Center, once again, would love to wish you, we do wish you, a perfect life, perfect health, and a gloriously magic future. Thank you.